Hey everyone, and welcome to our Raising Rice's YouTube channel. On today's vlog, we are starting a new tradition as a family. And just to give you a little preview, we are using our Heritage Home Family Farm blend of Greek seasoning. And we are preparing what we're calling a Shepherd's dinner. There's many different titles or ways people go about this shepherd's dinner. Some people call it the Bethlehem meal, but basically what it is we're kind of trying to focus in our attention on foods that perhaps Joseph and Mary would have eaten or been exposed to on their way to have baby Jesus. Is not described in the Bible, so this is all extra biblical fun, okay? Let's lay that out there first. But let me tell you a little background story. We moved from Oregon to Idaho about a year and a half ago, and this is our second Christmas here in Idaho, but it is our first without family. Last year, my parents came and stayed with us, but and enjoyed Christmas, but this is the first on our own. So we're developing some new traditions, some fun things that we get to celebrate as a family, and we hope and pray will be memories for our children and grandchildren, Lord willing, to come. So we're just putting in some of our farm fresh dilly beans. Did they have those in Bethlehem? I mean, I hope so. They're delicious. Some pickles, so a little bit of fermented food, I should say. And then we are focusing in on fruits and veggies. We're doing some nuts, prunes. We are making homemade hummus. And then we will make some pita bread. And what you saw in the beginning with the steak and the Greek seasoning, we are just going to marinate that until right before we eat, and then we're going to fry it up. It's going to be the only warm part of today's meal. We have a Christmas Eve service that we're going to be going to, and this will be our Christmas Eve Shepherd's dinner for when we get home from that. It is a great time to have Christmas Eve service. It will be at 6, and so in other years, perhaps we can eat before we go, but this year my husband is one of the speakers at the Christmas Eve service, and so we actually have to be there at 4 so that he can get mic check and all those fun things. And since we live here in Southeast Idaho, it's a little snowy, a little dicey outside, and so we're all going to be going together. And so even more important than in other years, it's great to have a meal we can just have all prepared on these platters and pull them out when we get home and eat. What you'll see in a few minutes is we have a little bit of a different eating arrangement though, and that is something new as well. The kids are assigned to get it started. This is our living room, and they are assigned to prepare a table that is non-traditional to America, but one that we will eat basically on the floor. And they did a wonderful job. They got candles, we're turning the lights off in the house, and we're all just congregating around the table. This is actual footage of after the Christmas Eve service. It is dark, it is late, and we are all hungry and just so glad that the meat can just get fried up really fast, like in minutes. And we're eating, praying, enjoying our time together. And this is definitely something we will do again in the future. And this is not the only tradition that we started this year. After our shepherd's dinner, we heard of an idea from some friends where they give out a gift on Christmas Eve, just one, and it's actually, you'll find out here in a moment, a book. And they let their kids stay up as long as they want on Christmas Eve. And some of the kids totally took us up on this offer and stayed up all night reading their chapter book, which will give you a hint of which kids did. And some kids just didn't make it, and so they enjoyed some of it. And we, as a family, thoroughly enjoyed our Christmas Eve.